What's going on? This is Megan. I am coming here with two of my clients that just got finished with their program inside of the Frontliner Elite Partnership Program. What they're going to do is just run you through their experience so far. That way you can really get an inside look on what it's like inside the program. All right. So we'll start with Kade. Kade, just give everybody a quick background on you. What do you do for work and where you guys are based out of?
All right. I'm Kade. I'm an athletic trainer for a local high school here in Connecticut. And yeah.
Corinne, how about you? What do you do for work?
Sure. I'm Corinne, again in Connecticut, and I do corporate law. I do corporate governance for an insurance company.
Awesome. All right. So we'll start with Kade because we got two of you guys together. Let's just start where you were before we started working together. Where were you at? Could be weight-wise, how you were feeling.
So before we started, I was around I just hit over 200. I've never been over 200 pounds in my life. My shirts were starting to feel tight. Like you could see my belly button through my t-shirts because my belly was getting big. So I was just kind of miserable. It was springtime and it was just going to get worse. I couldn't hide it in hoodies anymore. So I finally had to do something about it, per se.
Awesome. Corinne, okay, very a little background on where you were before, we started working together.
Yeah, so I was at the heaviest I've ever been from a series of trying new medications and having ankle surgery and just a lot of external factors that were out of my control. And I was absolutely miserable, and I didn't have a good relationship with food. I didn't have a good relationship with the gym anymore because I had been held back because of my ankle surgery. And I just wasn't in a good place. Neither one of us were, and we wanted to do something to support each other and try to figure out how could we better ourselves.
Awesome. And then for you guys, did you try anything beforehand before working with me? Maybe some past, programs or diets or anything like that?
Yeah, I've worked with an online personal trainer. It was not as personal. Basically, they just sent you a generalized workout with splits that you would do every week kind of thing. They didn't really check in on you. They just sent it to a mass amount of people. Tried Weight Watchers, tried the intermittent fasting, nothing real. I could never stick to anything was my problem. So.
Okay. And Corinne, what about you?
Yeah, so again, I've done those, the mass production of workouts that are sent out by an online trainer, but there's no interpersonal relationship with them. There's no check-ins or anything like that. It's just they send you, a packet, and you keep track of yourself. I've tried intermittent fasting. I had a great gym membership, but again, hurt my ankle and had to suspend my membership. So it would I had tried things, but at that point I was at a loss.
Okay. And for both of you, what was your goal when you guys wanted to start to work with me? What was your, end goal? What do you guys want to see?
My goal was to lose weight, but not necessarily numbers per se. I just want to be comfortable back in my skin again and feel comfortable enough to get back in the gym and not, have people stare at me per se, because I feel like I was so out of shape.
Okay. How about you, Corinne?
Yeah, honestly, the same thing. I was so miserable. I just wanted to feel better. Like I said, had never been that size, and it was to a point where I didn't know my own body anymore. I didn't want to go to the gym because I was miserable, and I wanted a better relationship with the gym again because it used to be my safe space. And I wanted to get not only lose weight, but to get a better relationship with food.
Awesome. And obviously we've, worked together these past couple months, and how or what results or transformations or anything that you guys kind of noticed that you didn't really anticipate when you first came into the program?
For me, it's definitely my relationship with food. I was definitely a binger. I would go ham on sweets and everything. And then the next few days, I just would try to eat healthy. And it was just a constant circle of crap food. Let me eat healthy for a few days and more crap food. So this has definitely evened it out. And I don't feel like I'm cheating when I have one cupcake kind of thing. It's mentality overall. And then also portion sizing. guess I didn't really realize how much, like, you order Chinese food and how much carbs are actually in that size of rice versus what you should be.
Yeah, definitely helps when you start to get that understanding. And how about you, Corinne?
Yeah, so again, relationship with food. Mine was different because I was the person who would forget to eat, and it would be, 7 o'clock at night, get home from work, and I would eat everything in the pantry because I haven't eaten all day. And because I would just forget, I get too busy, it would, whatever it was. And so I've definitely gained a better relationship with food. I've earned it. It was hard, having to force myself to eat when I'm at work, making that time, like regardless of how busy I am, to actually eat the food that I pack and prepare, ahead of time. But in the end, it's worth it. It's because that relationship is really important. We, can't live without it. So I need to be, I'm on
awesome. Yeah, and both of you guys have come a long way with your nutrition and your workouts and stuff like that. And as we were talking before this, like, it's a process, and it's something that you guys are building up and improving on every single week. And you guys know now, like, hey, I know how to hit my goals if I want to. I know how to portion size. You guys went on vacation. I know, Corinne, you had, like, your back kind of had some problems, and you guys didn't like gain a ton of weight when that stuff happened. So I always like to bring that up, that a lot of times we put so much pressure on, like, the scale number, but we don't pay attention to all the other achievements we have throughout a program. And it's such a short amount of time you guys are always with me, so you've done so much in such a short period that you've come so far. And for last but not least, the last question, if you guys were to give a best piece of advice for anyone listening, maybe they're on the fence about joining this program, or maybe even just starting their fitness journey in general, what would you guys kind of tell them?
It's worth it. It totally is worth it. Price tag to me was, I dipped into my savings to do it, I'm not gonna lie, but with me putting everything in, I definitely knew I had to work hard because I didn't want to waste that. If it was cheap, everyone would do it and you'd have a bazillion customers.
Yeah, it's quality.
Definitely. It's the one-on-one. If I texted you and I needed help or whatever, you were there. I needed to switch a workout out because I didn't have enough time. You switched it out, no issues. So it's definitely personalized, and you're gonna say on call, but it's definitely within fit for each person. It's not for everybody. It's not the same.
Yeah, for sure. How about you, Corinne? Any best advice for anybody?
I think the biggest thing is, like, you get out of it what you put into it, and you give us all the tools for that, which is really helpful, and like you said, like, we could come to you at any point in time. He and I needed different workouts some weeks, and you were able to make that happen and adjust accordingly, adjusting our macros when I had a plateau. Like, you were always there to be able to help us in the best way possible. So completely worth it.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. Like I said, you guys have been amazing clients over these past couple weeks. So I'm glad to have, one, met you, and two, have you guys inside of my program. So thank you so much. And if anyone has any questions that's watching, feel free to shoot me a message. That way I can, help point you in the right direction. All right.